So let's just start with the session, shall we? Before starting with the session, have been experiencing some network issue from my end. Those who are viewing the session this live on YouTube, can you just let me know if my voice is audible and is it crystal clear on YouTube? And it just helps me to understand whether the participants who are watching or the viewers who are watching the session, they are not experiencing any discomfort. So what might be, it would help me to understand. Just mention in the live chat section that I am audible. Just pause for a minute and just wait. All right, thank you so much for informing. So today's topic is kind of special topic, and we are going to talk about today Master L. MORYA. Yes, you heard it right. Master L. MORYA. So today's topic is slightly related to information, slightly related to practicing letting go, and slightly related to knowing about this great being. Might be we have heard and might be we have not heard. So before we start for the session, should we ask for the divine blessings? Shall we? So let's just close our eyes. Sit in a comfortable position. Relax yourself. Inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale slowly and deeply. Whichever God you believe in, just ask for their blessings. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the great ones, to all the angels, devas, to all the spiritual teachers, especially Master MORYA. We humbly invoke for the divine light, love, and power, for your blessings, your protection, your guidance in the session. With lots and lots of love, so be it. Atma Namaste. So, what is the meaning of Atma Namaste? Atma Namaste simply means the soul in me greets the soul in you. The divinity in me recognizes the divinity in you. Well, in today's session, we are going to talk about Master MORYA. So, who is Master MORYA? Master MORYA is basically one of the great white brotherhood who is part of the hierarchy. Now, if you are very new on this YouTube channel, probably, then you need to go through certain book study session, which we have conducted in the past. And these terminology would be super clear to you. Master MORYA is believed to be or is known to be, as per certain teachings of Madam H.P. Blavatsky, as one of the members or one of the masters who has helped in associating the Theosophical Society. Yes. So he plays a very crucial role when it comes to spiritual teachings. Now, speaking of spiritual teachings are the inner secrets, inner teachings. And Master MORYA plays a crucial and a vital role when it comes to the will aspect of the God. So as we have discussed in most of the book study session, that God is basically divine light, divine love, and divine power. These are the three aspects of the God. Yes, and these three aspects are the God, because God is pure conscious, pure energy. Yes. Now, these teachings from the God comes to us through great ones, through saints, gurus, spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers. So basically we can say in our simple language, layman language, that these great ones have already tread the path. Yes, and they became successful. Now, as they have trodden the path already, they are showing us through their teachings how we humanity can evolve. Yes. So when we read their teachings in the books, which has been concretized, we get to know about ourselves. Now, this self is not the physical body, as we have been discussing from a couple of series, that we human beings are a multi-dimensional beings. We are not the body. Yes, body is one part, physical body, what we see. We also have something called emotional body. We have something called mental body. But in reality, these are the tools through which the soul is manifesting its greatness. So we can say that we are the soul, experiencing this earthy journey. When we are on this journey, we are being taken care by certain laws of the universe, out of which one of the law is law of goodwill and the will to do good. So ये law of goodwill या will to do good है क्या? Simple language में think good, act good, do good for yourself, your family members, and when we are filled with goodness, as goodness is flowing through us, to us and through us, we are sharing this good act, good behavior, good actions with other people, and we are helping them to grow. For example, when we donate our extra clothes to the people or the souls we think that we are donating and they are the needy ones, well, God has blessed us enough so that we can share our part with them. So actually these souls are giving us opportunity to grow. Yes, so it's a win-win situation. Instead of developing a pride into our system that I am helping, it is happening through me. It's a blessing that it is happening through me. Yes. So this act is simply an act of goodwill. ऐसे ही, there are multiples of act which are the act of goodwill. So have you seen the great saints, the pictures? When we look at them, we see a symbol on their chest, and that is the development of a heart. Yes. In a similar way, when we look at the picture of the great saints, if you have a picture of a saint around you or a guru around you or a great spiritual teacher, for example, any god picture you have around you, and if you see they have a halo at the back. What is the symbol of the halo, meaning of the halo? That simply means that they have love towards the humanity so much that their Sashahara chakra, yes, which is one of the energy centers, is activated enough and to great extent. This happens through act of goodwill, through service. Yes. So coming back to the topic, this was us to understand what is the meaning of will to do good and goodwill. In simple language, Master MORYA is the first master of the 7 rays. So just be like we have the ashrams physically. Yes, we have the ashrams in the internal realm too. Well, if you're not able to connect with the session, I recommend go back to the previous recordings, especially the book study we had, Light on the Path, and a topic you would find called Irritation, the Destructive Fire. So your basics would be clear there. Yes, this session is just an extension, an external part of it. Now, Master MORYA is basically the master of Ray 1. Yes, Ray 1 is also known as the ray of will, goodwill. Yes, as per Kabbalah, which is the Jewish teachings, and the teachings which help us when we study, which help us to connect with the eternity, the God. Yes, so ELL itself means God. Yes, so not God exactly, but he who is like God. So Master El Moria is one of the great spiritual teachers whose teachings are basically in the form of will development aspect of the soul. Well, if we study a little about him, we would get to know that he has worked with Helena Rorich and Nicholas Rorich, who are the great, amazing painters, and their paintings really reflect the spiritual energies deeply, thoroughly. His work is also with the Theosophical Society. Speaking of that, when we study about him, we get to know through the books of the Madam H.P. Blavatsky that, especially I would like to quote it. It is from the book called The Himalayan Masters. And many of his previous incarnation is said to be, now whatever I'm going to share with you, it's not that we just trust it as it is. It's just sharing certain information so that we can understand the teachings and we can implement the teachings, right? This entire session is for non-commercial purpose. His few previous incarnation is similarly where we have seen the power aspect. One of the incarnation is of Akbar the Great, Abraham. When we see both the incarnation, and of course there are other incarnation too, Ranbir Singh, which is one of the incarnation is in 1800s, which is believed to be the brave Maharaja or the king in the Rajput dynasty. Even if we study about Akbar the Great, we see the power aspect of the soul, which has manifested its greatness. Even if we go back into the history and we read about Abraham, we see that how beautifully the will aspect was inculcated and implemented. So keeping the conversation in short, Master MORYA is one of the ascended masters, and Ray 1 is also called the blue ray. Now, when we go into different religion, we see the similar things in other religion too. For example, Master MORYA's teachings are more direct and it develops the power aspect of the soul. His teachings are more knowledge based of the self, that is the soul, knowing ourselves, developing ourselves, and moving towards the liberation, towards the God. When we study a little bit about angels and devas and the archangel, when we study angelology, we see Archangel Michael, he who is like God, his energies are also said to be bluish violet and creates a sense of protection. Yes, eliminates lower base energies, especially like contamination, fear-based energy. So When we invoke to Master MORYA, the great master, there has to be a lot of respect, there has to be a lot of reverence, there has to be a lot of humility. When we connect to this great spiritual teacher, we kind of draw into our system the energies of goodwill. His most of the teachings are concretized in a yoga, is what we call Agni Yoga. So Agni Yoga is a school. It's a teaching of certain booklets in the form of series, and it develops the fire element within us, fire aspect within us. So it help us in developing a strong connection with the great ones. Speaking of that, one of the teachings of Master MORYA, he said, it is in letting go that liberation is obtained. It is in letting go that liberation is obtained. Now, it's a time for practice. Most of us, we face sometimes an issue and we say, I'm unable to let go. I'm unable to let go of the hurt, the trauma, the sadness which I have experienced from my loved ones. Yes, it's easier to forgive and forget the things which a stranger has done, but it becomes quite challenging when this hurt comes. Basically, hurt is not coming through the other person. We ourselves might be not having enough acceptance and enough forgiveness that we are able to see with more accurate understanding. And hence we feel these lower emotions. Yes. So we need to let go in order to create positive energy, joy energy, love energy, beauty energy into our system. And when we let go, we are able to eliminate certain diseases from the body. Yes. So shall we practice now the act of letting go? Kindly close your eyes. If you wear specs like me, you can remove them probably. Sit in a comfortable position. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Inhale slowly and gently. Exhale slowly and gently. Inhale slowly and gently. Exhale slowly and gently. You can keep your hands like this, Namaste Mudra, or probably you can keep your hands like this in the receiving position, right? Because we are going to ask them. Yes, that's fine. Kindly keep your spine straight. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, especially to Master MORYA, to my spiritual teacher, Grandmaster Chokoksui, to his teacher Mahaguruji, to all the great ones, we humbly invoke for your divine love, guidance. Thank you for helping us to let go and eliminate ill will, any laziness and procrastination from our system. Thanks, and in full faith, so be it. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Let us invoke to the great teacher, Master MORYA. We humbly invoke with great reverence, humility, and love and devotion. To all the angels of love, mercy, and compassion. I, the soul, choose to forgive every person, every being on the planet Earth. In the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and in the human kingdom. Be still, be aware. Visualize the Mother Earth in front of you, a small globe of Mother Earth, surrounded by the beautiful pink light. You can smile a bit. Visualize the globe of Mother Earth. Visualize it surrounded by the beautiful, brilliant pink light. May every person, every being be forgiven by the Supreme God. All the souls who have caused me sorrow, suffering, and hurt. In this incarnation or any of the previous incarnation, I ask for the divine forgiveness, and I forgive you too. I forgive you. As I understand, we are the soul. We are all evolving. We are learning from our mistakes. As I am growing, you are growing too. I forgive you. May God's mercy, love, and compassion be with you. Inhale and exhale. We humbly pray and invoke to the Master MORYA, being the will aspect of the God, to heal the Mother Earth, the entire humanity. Any ill will, any malice, any tendencies to harm other person within us, within the humanity. Thank you for healing it. Inhale and exhale, maintain the rhythm. Visualize every person, every being able to follow their spiritual practices, share their goodness with others in the form of service, charity, guiding, whichever it may be. We thank you to this great spiritual teacher. Bow your head. Thank you for dissolving any ill will within the humanity. We thank you for blessing every person, every being with goodwill and the will to do good. Thank you for blessing our families, our loved ones, our relatives with goodwill and the will to do good. We humbly invoke to the angels of love, angels of mercy, for forgiving us for all the wrongs we have done knowingly, unknowingly. For all the times when we have caused injury, took for granted other people, I forgive and I let go. Visualize the Mother Earth. Every person, every being be super filled with beauty, joy, and goodness, happiness, including your loved ones, of course. They are being healed. They are blessed with inner strength. We thank you to the great spiritual teachers, especially Master MORYA, angels of love, angels of forgiveness, to the spiritual teachers, to the God. We thank you for your mercy, compassion, inner healing, inner forgiveness. Thank you for helping us internally to let go and liberate ourselves from these lower tendencies. Thanks and in full faith. Deep gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Gently raise your hands in blessings like this. When we send positive energy to send somebody, blessings to somebody, we raise the hands like this. So just visualize your loved ones, your family members, your entire place where you're sitting right now. May every person, every being be blessed with goodwill and the will to do good. Blessings be to all. Blessings be to all. So be it. All right. You can open your eyes with a beautiful smile. How are you feeling? Do let us know in the chat section. Also, before we end up the session, why we did the blessing? We did the blessing to share this positive energy with every person, every being. And at the same time, why we visualize the Mother Earth and ask the great ones, because energy always flows from higher to lower, yes? So when we ask the God with faith, we ask the great spiritual teachers, there is a certain flow of energy, whether we feel it or not. And as I said, Master MORYA is possesses the energy of goodwill. Yes, will aspect. So we know the will aspect is breaking old patterns and absorbing new, fresh energy, right? Fresh patterns, new habits. So what we do to other as per law of karma, what we do to others, it comes back to us many, many times. Yes. If we are creating positive thought form for somebody, of course, others are also going to think positive about us, because what we are sharing in the energy world, it is going to come back. Yes. So visualize, imagine when we are praying for every person, every being on the planet Earth to be blessed with goodwill. So that don't you think so that it includes the ones we don't like? We are also generating good thoughts about them. Yes. So with that note, in the entire day, we have more than 60,000 of thoughts and mostly are negative. Yes. So it's a time to pause in the entire day, generate a habit within us, cultivate a habit within us to have something good about other person. Yes. So with that note, I hope the session was helpful. If you want to know about more Ray 2, Ray 3 masters, let us know in the chat section. And yes, this live video on YouTube can be shared, because most of the time we have the habit of asking, can it be shared? Yes, of course. That's the reason it is on YouTube, right? It can be shared because knowledge is something which should be study, is something we should do all our life and implement it. Try to implement it. That is the secret. Then only it will be converted into wisdom. So with that note, thank you. See you soon and have a glass of water to us.